Well, YouTube, I just received this package from UPS, and it's from the folks at SAKER. Now, if you recall, if you've been a viewer over the past year, I did a video several months back last year from SAKER. SAKER sent me some of these painter's jigs to help set things up where you can paint things and do it easily, and I'll put a link in the video description below. And it was a pretty good product, and I still use them. And then they contacted me recently and said, hey, we have this mini chainsaw. Would you like to try it out and do a video on it, do a review? I said, sure, why not? And it's perfect timing because my daughter is going to build a new cabin for herself, a new home, and we're deeding some land over to her from our farm, and there's a lot of land clearing that has to go on. There are all kinds of little saplings and branches and things have to be cleared, so this would be perfect, and we're going to try that out. But this is the unboxing, and here it is. The new SAKER mini electric chainsaw. So let me try opening that up. Let's see what she looks like. And I'm kind of excited about this because this is really going to be the perfect tool. It's going to save us a lot of work and a lot of frustration. Being out there with a little hand saw, a little lemming saw, you can do that, and that's kind of tiring. That wears you out. Or I can grab a chainsaw. But the chainsaw is kind of heavy for doing multiple little limbs all over the place, and and saplings and things. So this could really lessen the workload and make life a lot easier. But here it is. Wow. Let's see what it contains. And this comes as a complete kit. And from previous experience with the SAKER painters jigs, I know they make a good product. And let's see what they sent me here. They sent me a 20 volt battery. They sent me a power supply for charging the battery. They got some tools here. A little bit of lubricating oil, and the chainsaw itself. And it is a mini chainsaw, that's for sure. It's not very big. I guess there's a reason why they call it a mini. And here it is. It has like a little brush guard here. Protect your hands and the small stuff. A little trigger, safety lockout button, it looks like. You gotta press that to pull the trigger. And it's got a cute little chain right there. Very nice. And it's not very heavy, it's light. It has a little lanyard on here. That can be handy. And it comes with some instructions. And I don't think you really need them, it's pretty basic, but it does have the instructions. Let's see, right here. And they give you all the contact information, the SAKER website and email address if you have any questions or any problems. And the instructions are pretty basic. They go through the basic safety warnings that all tools have. And then the assembly, how to use the chainsaw, how to adjust the chain. There's basic stuff you do with a chainsaw, a larger chainsaw. Same thing. Yep. How to clean the guide bar. It's all basic. So there's nothing complicated. It's a pretty simple tool, and well, we're going to take it outside, we're going to try it. And I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this battery on the charger, because even though it may have a charge in it, this is standard practice that I always do. Whenever I get brand new batteries, new tools that are battery operated, I put them on the charger first to make sure they're topped off and have a full charge, and before I use it the first time, because that way there the battery will, the life will be prolonged. So I don't want to even get into that, but let's just stick with the chainsaw. So we have here the chainsaw, we have the lubricant and the tools, we have the battery and the charger. This is all you really need. And so I'll get this plugged in, we're going to go outside and we're going to see how this works. Right now you're looking at part of the land that's being deeded over to my daughter, where she's going to clear it and build a cabin, put in her new home. It'll be a small cabin. And right now a lot of this brush has been cleared already. This is where the driveway is going into the woods, but there's a lot of clearing. As you can see, there's so much more to do yet. A lot of this brush still has to be cleaned out, and a lot of saplings have to come down and small trees. Before you can take down the trees though, there's a lot of branches sticking out to get in the way, so you can't really get up to the base to cut them, so those have to be cut, and just to make it easier to traipse through the woods. So this is an excellent test for the new SAKER mini chainsaw, and I'm going to make a few cuts in just a moment or two. And my daughter's not here right now, but see, today is Thursday the 16th. She'll be, well, she's flying in on Saturday night the 18th, so maybe Sunday or Monday I'll have her out here, and she's going to try that SAKER mini chainsaw to see how well she likes it, because she's going to be using it more than anybody else. So just give me a moment, we'll get the camera set up, and we'll try a few cuts with that mini chainsaw. Okay, for the first couple of cuts, I'm going to try this wood here. Here's a dead tree that's down. This wood is very dry, so the wood is hard. It's not very soft like on a piece of green wood. And we'll see how this works. Let's make a quick little test cut here. I've already put a little bit of lubricant on the chain. Yeah. Whoa, no problem. How about a much larger piece? It did it. That was much larger than this is really designed for, but it went right through it, no problem. It's a handy little tool. We'll try one on some on green wood. Maybe I'll try it on a sapling. Oh, easy. No problem. That's handy. Made short work of that. Well, my daughter did come home, and she does have a degree in film and cinema from college, but that's behind the camera. She doesn't really feel comfortable being in front of the camera, so I couldn't coax her into using that little SAKER mini chainsaw while being filmed. But that's okay. So I shot a little bit more footage of me doing some pruning and trimming, and just to show you how that little chainsaw is. It may be small, but it's a very powerful tool, and it just zips right through those branches and saplings like nothing, just like a hot knife through butter, and it works really well. My wife and I, we cleared all the property and built our own house over 18 years ago here in Maine. Built our small family farm on 50 acres, and I really wish that those mini chainsaws from SAKER were available back then, because if they were, we would have had a couple of them. You know, we'd each have them in our hands, and it would have made the job so much easier. I think they're well worth the money. You know, they're not that terribly expensive for what you're getting. You get a complete kit, and it works it's seamless. It just works so well. It's just so easy. There's nothing to it, and so check out SAKER. You know, if you have a use for one of these, you definitely, I mean, in my opinion, should pick one up, and maybe two. I think they're well worth it. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, give me that like, share it, subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps my channel. I appreciate it. Feel free to join Patreon as one of my patrons. That would also help go a long way to supporting the channel. Thank you for watching.
Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown.